Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 147 of On the Backs of Gods. I am your DM, Jillian, and we have our players today. Same as always, we have Kyle, Matt, Katie, Josh, and Greg. I'll go ahead and jump into a recap, and then I think we are good to go. Last session, um, this party that you all are attending is growing ever closer. You are now officially, it's only a day away. Tomorrow, if you will tomorrow. Uh,
It is only a day away, they say.
The
and
sun will come out.
Probably.
well, it's a night party. So,
Oh, no.
ah, boo.
Heck.
Jillian, you ruined your own joke. Uh, but all of you spend time during these last few days trying to get your shit together. You are trying to prepare for a party that some of you in the moment understand that you are woefully unprepared for, as enchantments are asked for the day before the party, and the stress and fear in the eyes of workers shows this. But lucky for Fen, who is looking for last minute enchantments and the creation of a large headpiece and additions to his outfit. Seems to be on a VIP list, and all of his add-ons and bits and bobs are already paid for, and they are happy to do this for him. Getting pearls added to his outfit, and hopefully being ready for an exciting party. Uh, People really are just kind of going about their business. A lot of people had conversations with Roshan the night prior, um, getting information, getting money, getting a stern talking to, but turned into a beautiful friend moment, beautiful love and support all around. Uh, and the next day, as you all go out to finish up, to wrap everything up, um, uh, you go to see Corrine. Nana and Fen go to the Song and Siren, and Nana wishes to talk to Tan to see if she can get any more information about the person she may be fighting, and Fen wanting to see Corrine, who he has not seen in a couple days. And Corrine is there. She enters into this bar, this lounge space, and seems to be distraught, and informs Fen that she is helping plan this party, and it seems they can't move forward because an exterminator couldn't handle a rat problem, and asked if Fen could get his friends and if you guys could meet her at a certain address and give her a hand, and she would repay you. This being a chance to get some goodies and maybe get in some good graces. It depends. Maybe get a smooch. I don't know. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you guys want. It's,
I
I don't
know
know
one
what you
of
want
us
to
wants a
do.
smooch from Kareen.
Listen, if you guys want some party favors which were offered, or if you want maybe an ear to bend, we don't know. But she says to meet her in a bit at the address given, and that she would love the assistance. And Fen volunteers the team, and that is where we are going to pick up almost. We're going to go a little bit back to the beginning of this day to catch Roshan up to everybody else's timeline. Uh, Roshan, you watch all of your friends leave the tavern, leaving you in the inn room, and basically a solid 10 seconds after they leave, there is a knock at the door.
And Roshan vanishes into the void.
No, I can still see him,
Oh no, I don't hear him though.
it does seem to be struggling a bit.
Oh
Roshan locks
no.
that fucking door. And
It never
Oh
gets this note.
no.
Refuse.
a
No one will
shame
be
Gotcha.
and a
admitted.
pity as just the gentle tapping at this door.
Tap,
Uh,
tap, tap.
gentle,
Persistent.
the gentle rapice of knuckles against wood.
The courier has got to deliver their package.
Just internet lag and nothing more.
Please,
Mmm.
it's canon.
Shall we
That's
have him
okay.
What?
back? Nevermore.
Let's
Oh! Wait. Huh?
We'll see. Everybody, don't
Really?
worry. We're gonna see if we get to talk about this letter. How you feeling?
Eh.
Letters.
Uh, okay.
Yeah!
Fingers.
Okay. All right. There's a knock at the door.
Roshan will answer it, thinking it's friends, probably.
Yeah, because it happens immediately after your friends leave, and you open it to find a young woman with a messenger bag at the side, and she looks at you. Roshan?
That's me.
All right. Like you see her like, okay, and she reaches into her bag, pulls out a letter,
Okay.
and places it into your hand.
Uh, he will. He'll tip her a little bit, a couple silvers, and then he will close the door and open it.
Hand silvers to somebody and shut the door in their face. Um, okay, and you can
I
hear the sound
paid, it's fine.
of footsteps walking back down the stairs. It is a letter that seems to have a seal that has two S's on it. You recognize it as from the Song and Siren.
Hmm. He will open it up. Who could this be from?
You see a well-written, I wouldn't say like fanciful. It's definitely not the broad strokes that Gunhild was able to accomplish with her her love letter, but it is definitely a well-trained hand. And you read a quick message. Dear Roshan, I wish to see your outfit for the party. I don't want classing fringe. You know how finicky fringe can be. Please respond with a recommendation of daytime hours I can meet you at your current abode. Yours, Amelie Tulane.
Uh, he will read that and uh, quickly go back to the door to see if the messenger is still there.
You can see that it seems they took their time a bit walking away. So they are like most of the way down the steps, but you see them.
Um, Roshan asks, "Were you paid for a return message?"
Um, that's fully up to you. You can use me to send a message. You can find somebody else to send your message. You can send your message, whatever works for you.
He reaches into his pocket and pulls out um, a 2 gold, and a mage hand will take it down the stairs to her and say, "Could you tell her uh, anytime his appointment is for the evening for hair and face, right?"
Yeah, your appointment's later in the day, much later in the day.
Okay. Sean will kind of an afternoon time slot.
Okay, so you give the basically like I'm available kind of time slot. I'm here.
Yes.
Okay. Um, she kind of like looks at you for a moment and like like looks at the letter in her hand. She's like, "Okay, I guess I'll go give a verbal confirmation then." I'll figure that out. Okay. And doesn't question too much after being given 2 gold. Uh and she heads on her way. Is there anything else you're doing during this time while you're waiting for Amelie?
Come on.
I was hoping the audio would catch up because it had just been like slightly behind, but I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear your sweet words.
Heck.
But his sweet, docile tones. Uh,
They're gone.
We crave the
True.
sweet dulcet tones of Roshan. We need him.
Maybe while Roshan thinks about his life, maybe I'll do a quick hop, skip, and a jump around real quick. Um, just to confirm,
Oh,
Nix. Nix, you said you were heading back to the inn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So Nix, by the time you get back, you will be included in basically Roshan's timeline. You don't spend enough time out and about to miss all this. You missed the letter, but you get back within an hour and are on the scene. Um, Meanwhile, Keld, was there anything you were doing besides just vibing? You were having a snack, you were sitting by the fountains. Is there anything else, or are you just having a good time?
I am the deal bound for this.
Okay.
can't imagine he
Uh,
gets much.
while you are just taking in the scenery and enjoying a snack and just like a moment of time to yourself, there is that sensation of your mind receiving a message. And
My mind receive.
I accept. Who is it? You know that normally when you receive sendings, the voice almost registers in your mind and your mind immediately knows who you're talking to. But that does not happen immediately.
Hmm.
You hear a woman's voice. We have not met yet. My name is Alvilda. I'm sure our paths will cross, and there will be no soft words. But for now, and you feel like there's a like where the voice fades out and a second spell comes in to continue the message. So you've been sent two sendings. For now, please tell me how my friend Ing died.
And I'm able to just respond.
You get, in this scenario, 50 words to respond because you've been given two sendings. And
Ooh,
that's how I'm
boy.
going to rule that today.
That's a
So you don't have to use all those words, but you have 50 words to talk to this person.
more than we usually get.
Yes.
You know who she is, but you have never met her.
Friend of E. I'm in revisiting that experience.
Mm-hmm.
You'll respond. Friend of Ing. He went out on his own terms. Though I will admit I rushed him. I recall any goddess talking to
Um,
before the fall.
he was speaking to Yord.
He landed in Edward's hands. Leave it at that.
Okay. You receive a response. Thank you. I appreciate you being civil at this time. I do not expect that to continue. I understand. You are able to respond to that, but you do not have to.
Certainly not.
As the words fade from your mind and you kind of come back into the space of sitting at this fountain.
Relaxation turns to a bit of brooding.
Mm-hmm. Uh, a little, the shoulders kind of slump a bit. Hey, Rashawn, is there anything you're working on before Amelie shows up?
No, I think Roshan is just reading.
Okie dokie.
Finishing the ding dang book.
During this time, Nyx, you will arrive at the inn. Is there anything you wanted to do? Are you bothering Roshan, or are you just vibing? What's your deal?
You know, she has a job she hasn't done of trying to spy on a certain general and is going to
Mhm.
immediately go up and try to scry on the general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me pull up that character sheet.
Another tab for you. You're welcome.
More tabs, more tabs. And you are familiar with this person, but that is all.
Yes.
So is that a -5?
Let's see. Yeah, that's -5. What? It's familiars that I know them well. I don't know if I know her well.
But it is somebody that you have had a conversation with.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah. Either way, either way. Um, are you going to a separate room, or are you just like while Rashawn reads, your face is just in a pot of water?
No, all of her stuff is in Russ's room, so that's where she
True.
goes.
Okay. Um, let's see. There's no. Okay. You feel yourself pulled into the water and you begin to make your way upstream through the rapids, and it almost feels like you hit a waterfall and feel yourself move deeper and lower. First time really ever experiencing that in a spell like this. The sensation of losing that level ground and moving downwards. You are in a dimly lit room. You believe it is a bedroom, as you see a figure, a feminine presenting figure, deep gray skin, white hair, light eyes, gentle scarring across the face. No armor, and just like a lot more skin visible compared to the long sleeves, high collar, armor, gloves, boots. Even the hood that was like removed for her still covered the sides and did some obscuring. It seems strange to be beholding this person this way. Armorless and in a bedroom. I would go as far to say, based on what you're seeing from the outfit, it is vaguely negligee territory. And this person is sitting on the edge of the bed. You recognize them as General Talarin. And you can see that she's hunched forward a bit and rubbing her temples. And another person walks close and places hands on her shoulders. Another woman, similar skin tone and hair color. The hair is a bit longer. And you get a glance of her eyes and you recognize her as the woman who did not remove her mask and hood while she was in your presence. And that even has a stranger feeling to it, perceiving her this way uncovered. Um, kind of grips her shoulders and like squeezes them tightly. And they begin to speak in a language you do not understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no reason for them to be speaking common.
No. Is there any chance she can just try to latch onto words or like try to remember the sounds in a way? Not a lot of them, obviously. Is
Yeah.
Some that
Go
sounds
ahead
like a
and
place name.
no. Go ahead and give me intelligence.
mm-hmm. She's real good at that.
I
You know,
know.
today she's actually good at that. 17.
Oh, good job.
You murmur to yourself a handful of words. You don't know if they fit together. You're like, this sounded like this a statement? Maybe. And you kind of repeat it. And then you're able to latch on to a couple of these. And you've heard this language before. This is Undercommon. And you know somebody who speaks Undercommon.
Yep.
Eventually their conversation fades a bit and they sort of stand kind of in this silent moment together. General Talarin still sitting, and the other woman leans forward and their foreheads pressed together for a moment. And they separate, and you can see that General Talarin stands as this other woman begins to start dressing her in finery for the day, helping and assisting with the armor she is putting on. She looks. Go ahead and roll me insight real quick. We'll see if we can also get some insight in there, as you don't know what anybody's talking about.
God, no. This is all body language.
Yeah, I'm looking at their faces.
got
I'm vibing.
Okay. That's 19.
Okay. You were able to pick up on that General Talarin is tired, that they seem exhausted, that I don't want to use the word defeated, but there seems to just be this lacklusterness in this conversation, some doubt. You just don't know what it's about, but you hold on to your couple phrases and you're like, hopefully those mean something. And as she is being dressed, you are pulled back through the rapids and are back in your room.
Okay. She feels pretty good because every time she tried describing it was really bad. She got nothing.
Well,
This is the
General
first time
Talarin
in a
and
while.
Ing have something not in common.
Mm.
uh,
Well, she
sucks to suck
feels
for some people.
it's hard when you're rolling to beat what's like 24
hmm
or something.
Yeah, if you need a crazy wisdom to basically avoid being scryed on by you, and some people have accomplished it, I don't know if General Talarin's ever going to be that person.
Mm. That's fair.
So you have access, however you feel about that.
It's fine. I wasn't told not to scry on her.
It's true.
Unlike
I'm
some
sure that
people.
wasn't implied at all. Uh, um,
Hmm.
anything else from you, Nix?
I think she's just gonna think for a while, trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out her next plan to try to get this rope blessed because sleeping didn't work.
Just
Clearly.
staring at these knots,
Hmm.
like,
How does one do this?
huh? What do you want?
Without a priest? Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, so you spend time considering and thinking to yourself, the best way to possibly get a goddess to bless your the knots you have made. Roshan, fingies crossed. Uh,
Can he hear
uh,
us?
I can only assume. I think I got a fingies crossed in return. Um, uh, Roshan, there is a knock at your door.
I think at this point he will just swear quietly to himself and go answer it again.
And this was about like a bit over an hour.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Less
Yeah, this was
frustrated
not
then.
immediate. Okay, it's like, ugh, yeah, no,
Another
it's been a
one.
hot second.
Yeah, so he'll
Um,
go answer it.
you see standing in the doorway, a bit shorter than you, a short, round woman, rosy cheeks, blue hat, and matching dress. You can see it has slight differences from the one that you saw her in last time, but it seems she has a type that she likes, which is a nice baby blue outfit.
Yeah.
A big smile on her face, and two very big boys standing a step behind her. Roshan, thank you. Boys, go relax. And they kind of lean and like look into the room a bit, and like she continues to like wave in their direction, and they eventually like kind of back off and seem like they're going to stay in the hall.
Roshan will usher her into the room and say, "Are they muscle clients, fans?"
Honestly, probably all of the above, but I'm not coming to this part of town without somebody on my side, you know?
I understand. It's a little bit more rough and tumble.
Honestly, I was shocked when when I didn't see you at the other inn.
You know, I have spent nearly every night of my life in an inn. Um, so I think the noise here is soothing in a way
Hmm.
that the song and siren is quiet and polite.
She nods and she's looking at you as you talk. And it's just this flash of this like knowing look on her face as she looks up at you. One second, there we go. Where the hell is she? Um he told you.
Um, Not that he had to, uh,
No.
but I did ask. He seems to trust you enough with my arm, but perhaps not with much more than that.
Honestly, that's fine and I understand. Um would it be all right? Eagle and I stand on very different sides in this equation. And he has said his piece, and I'm sure that comes from a place of emotion. And I would love to say mine, where I will give you only facts. Is that all right?
I'm happy to hear you out.
Thank you. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and try to condone anything, but all I'm going to do is tell you how my business works. Where I work, it's a spectrum. At one end of the spectrum are people who are interested in the work, people who are enthusiastic and very excited, and this is the line of work that they want. And that is a beautiful thing to have. Honestly, my favorite type. On the other end of the spectrum, there is nobody who was scooped off the street and brought into my establishment. Not, not by choice of their own. A service that I offer is that I will pay a person's debt. Once I pay that debt, they fully know what they owe me. They know what line of work this is. I pay off their debt, and then they work a debt off to me. And sometimes those people take my money and then they disappear because some people don't love the work and some people don't like holding up to their contracts. And I am out a good sum of money a lot of the time. And that is where Eagle came in. Eagle would find people who had signed contracts and bring them back to me. And honestly, he was very good at the job, and I'm sad that I could not keep him longer.
I hope that I don't ever have to say the same thing.
Hmm. Well, show me your outfit. Because the thing is, if I come in with like a different type of fringe, we're gonna look stupid.
Uh, Roshan will get the hanger in probably a very fancy garment bag because
Uh-huh.
this outfit cost so much money. Um, and it'll come in two bags. One he pulls out is a finely tailored, um, like collared jumpsuit, and it's in a fine black material, and then an undershirt that is in like a silk brocade with a little bit more detail, and then in the other there is it's a hat box, and he pulls the top off, and there is a hat with uh, fringe around the edge of it that is wider than Roshan's shoulders, and it the fringe falls almost all the way to the floor once he puts it on his head. And he'll hold up the outfit on a hanger for her, and he'll put on the hat.
All right, all right. I appreciate the look. I see what you're going for here. Um, I think I can work with that. Honestly, if I had that, I know I'd lean forward while I'm walking and trip on it. So that is not going to be the case for me. But I will get my people working on a little fringe for me. It's not that hard to add. So,
You know, Amelie, I I'm not sure where we stand with Egil. I trust what you've said, and uh, but that all of that aside, I am looking forward to your companionship at this party. You're good company, Amelie.
I am very excited to talk shit with you for 3 days straight.
Um, I think Roshan would set the hat and outfit down on the bed, and then move in for a double kiss on the cheeks kind
Hmm.
of thing, and says, um, I'm excited to meet you there. And it's tomorrow evening, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
we're going to meet outside the venue. You cannot go in without me. I mean, like physically, literally, you cannot.
I won't try, but I think I'll be able to pick you out in a crowd, even of tall people with your signature color.
Honestly, if there's too many people in tall blue dresses, I'm leaving. If there's a bunch of tall bitches in blue dresses, I'm leaving.
I think that's valid. Not that
Thank
any of them have got anything on you.
you. Um, the thing is, I got a lot of things on a lot of people, and that's something we can talk about while we're walking around.
I
Um,
love that.
there will be plenty of people that do not make sense coming to talk to me will come over and be very pleasant and kiss the hand, and then they will move on because it's all about respect, and it should be.
I appreciate your forthrightness, and I respect you. And he will give her the crook of his arm to lead her to the door, and not once he opens the door, not part with her, but just go stand out on the little walkway up the stairs
Hmm.
to finish their conversation.
All right. Uh, Boys, get ready. Let's head out. Um, Thank you again for seeing me so quick, Roshan. Uh, Also for making it during the day. I would not feel so comfortable coming around here at night, but it is what it is.
I appreciate you coming here and giving me your blessing for my outfit. Um, and I can't wait to see what you come up with in the next 36 hours.
We'll see. I always bring my own person. I don't get my outfits done here. I don't
Hmm,
live close. They're working too hard, and honestly, like, you can sort of see, like, okay, you can tell whose work it is. And I
yeah.
usually bring a little seamstress with me so that they can do some little bits and bobs if I need it. So hopefully it lives up to the standards of the tight little number you're wearing.
I can't wait. And I think he'll then part with her as she heads down the stairs, and he'll blow her a little kiss.
Uh, like snatches it out of the air and like gives you a wink and keeps walking,
Uh,
pursued by two very intimidating looking men.
Roshan will shout after her, "Don't spend it all in one place."
And you hear a ha as she makes her way down the stairs. Um, and you are alone with your book.
He'll lock the door this time.
I lock it again. Please leave me be. Um, Now that we're all vaguely in the same place in the same time, let's head back to the Song and Siren, where Corrine, after speaking with Fen, has just made her way out of the building. What are we doing, Team Song and Siren?
So I guess Nana sees Kareen depart. I doubt she was close enough to catch much of the conversation, but could probably tell from the general vibe that there was some consternation and Fen's offered some comfort, so she'd like to know. So, is everything all right? Is Kareen okay?
Seems to be some problems with the venue. A pest problem. She asked. Well, she offered to pay us to help. I told her we'd be glad to. It's sounds like rats, although she seems like concerned, which
Huh.
I'm not overly concerned with rats. But she stays in places like this.
Sure, of course, of
We're not
course.
used to seeing rats.
No,
Um,
but surely she already hired somebody to take care of that.
well, she said she did, and he was wounded, legs torn up or something. Um,
Hmm.
Either way, but whatever it is, we've seen worse. Um,
Surely, one can only hope that
I
we
told
have.
her I'd be happy to help meet her here and meet her at this address that she provided in a couple of hours.
Mhm.
Would you like to come with? And we'll offer everyone else to let some steam off before the party. I'm sure everyone's
A bit antsy.
a
Yeah.
bit antsy, but also might be busy with some other things. But we could at least
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if nothing else, rats hardly seem like. I mean, even rats that may have wounded and professional. I can't feel like that's going to be a significant challenge, even for just the two of us. Although I know you're a little bit rough from last night.
I'm
We'll ask the
fine.
others and we'll see how they're doing. But before we go, perhaps maybe I can see whether or not Tan is available to speak within the next couple hours at least. Did you? Well, let me see if I can get hold of her now, and if she's not available, then perhaps maybe you can break off, go back to the hard fiddle, and I can wait for her to see me.
Do you have ascending left in the ring?
I think I used them all. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I used all the ones that Roshan had given me.
all right.
I
That's
think it's
fine.
only one in there at a time anyway.
Let's hold on here for a minute to speak to Pan and walk back together. I'm not sure if Nick's or Keld are still out shopping or not. And we know where to find Roshan. I don't think he wants to be bothered, but we'll bother him anyways.
It would be rude to go off without at least letting him know where we were going. So
Maybe invite Russ and Brynja and Dagfin and crew. Maybe they want to blow off some steam as well. Who knows?
I I hope that a rat problem isn't big enough that it would require you and me and Nix and
I don't
Keld
think it.
and Russ and
I don't think it is. I was thinking team bonding.
well, I mean, yeah, maybe that could be fun. We'll see. I'm gonna hit up the desk very quickly. Once I finish this very good dessert, and then let's have a look.
I'll meet you here and let me know when you're done.
So Nana will inquire with the desk. I do apologize for the cross messages, but I've just found out we may not be lingering here for the whole afternoon after all. Could I please send another message up to Tan Rai's daughter? See whether or not perhaps she's available to speak within an hour and a half?
While you're speaking, the woman is writing. Does this work? And present you with a note that's like, um, uh, my timetables have shifted.
Yeah.
Are you able to come down within the next hour? Blah, blah, blah. Love, Nana Hemmingstone.
Nana Herringstone. That's perfect. Thank you, yes.
Okay. And she turns and whoop, the note is pulled into one of these tubes. And do you wait at the desk or?
Probably wait at the desk for at least a few minutes. And if nothing happens, then maybe shift.
Okay. When you're in that sort of in between phase where you're like, it doesn't seem weird to go sit down now. Like, I'm not
Right.
going far.
Yeah.
You do hear the sound of someone coming down the stairs,
Aha.
and you see Tan,
Oh.
a young woman, tan skin, short, dark haircut, uh, wearing a simple sort of like kind of like a dusty lavender sort of dress. Uh,
Mm.
just a very like the face so incredibly unenthused. Just
Yes.
it's just like a line and a line and a line. Like that's how you
Right.
draw the face on a little smiley face. It's just
Mm.
just just
It's just.
lines. There's no curve to
Uh
anything.
huh.
And she makes her way down. You need to talk to me?
If I may, yes. I only wanted to ask a few particulars about the upcoming party. It may be a conversation of only a few minutes, but if you wanted some additional comfort, I'd be glad to buy you a drink over it.
Yeah, I'm good. We can talk though. I don't need a drink.
All right. In that case, I only wanted primarily to inquire first about where I would be meeting you prior to the party. Second, what I ought to prepare for whomever you expect will be likely to ask for some kind of duel at the party itself, only so I can start preparing.
Um, Well, you're going to have to meet me outside of the venue. You're not able to get inside without me. I have to give you something so that you can go in.
All right.
So we can meet there. Nobody's allowed to challenge anybody outside of the venue anyways, so I don't need an escort. Um, but we'll meet there just before the party and we'll go from there.
And I understand it's tomorrow evening, is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And what exactly do you want to know about this person? I interacted with them for maybe a solid 6 seconds, and I don't think I saw them fight. I think they might have, but I don't really watch the fights. It's not my interest.
Mostly, the person you're speaking of seems to be the person who would be the one trying to engage in the fight. They wouldn't have engaged a second themselves.
Just based on my assumptions, I don't think they would have a second. But I didn't have a second last year either, so. But I don't look like I can kill a person.
This person, I assume, does.
Oh yeah, some big bitch, I don't know.
All right. Can I at least have a basic physical description? Did you happen to see if they were carrying any significant sort of weapon, in particular, notable type of armor?
She's gonna roll.
Mm-hmm.
You want her to, at minimum, get a 10. So she needs to roll a 9. And any higher than that, we get more information. But we at least
Okay.
want that 10.
Okay.
Okay. You see, like, you truly believe that she is going and, like, trying to pull from the recesses of her mind to be helpful. Um, I Gosh, you think you could remember more from a year ago, but everybody gets so smashed at that thing. Um, so it was a tall woman, like the width of her thigh, I think, is bigger than any point on my body.
Ow.
Um, and she wasn't carrying like a weapon. Um, I can't even remember any armor. I mean, she was wearing gauntlets, I think, but like no other armor really stands out to me.
Okay, gauntlets, no armor whatsoever, no notable weapon on her person.
I'm not as sure about the armor because some people can make some crazy armors and you have no idea. But I didn't see a weapon on the back or at the side.
Okay. Um, can you recall hair color or
Um,
about how much was she a fair bit taller than you? Or
yeah, no, she was a lot taller than me. I think she had lighter colored hair. In the moment, like it wasn't like her and I having a conversation. Like I bumped into someone and then she went off. I didn't even bump into her.
huh? Very interesting. Okay. Well, um, was there anything particularly notable about what she said that stood out to you? I mean, I understand the aggression would have carried over, or you wouldn't be asking for a second, but.
Um, I could just be paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, um, "You're lucky I fought today. I'm gonna kill you next year, you stupid bitch." Something like that, I think.
Hmm.
The face is still just unwavering. It is just
Mm.
stoic as ever.
I think it is to your credit that you've taken it uh, so well in hand. I've known, I suppose, only a few people who would align with that description and that attitude, but that gives me something to go off of. I very much appreciate it. Uh, do you anticipate maybe they'd, I don't know, had any friends as well who might be um, keen to square up, I suppose, should push come to shove? Or was it primarily just the one?
I mean, that's the only one who talked to me, but once again, I did run into somebody, and
Hmm.
that's when she got in my face.
Oh,
So
all right. I understand that. I appreciate that. Any information is helpful. I'll do my best to ensure that I'm prepared. Maybe with some luck. It was only the drink talking last year, but if not, then I'll be prepared for this year.
uh, great. Don't let us down, because both of us will be fucked.
Absolutely. I'm not about to lie down on the job on this.
Great. Is there anything else?
That was primarily it. I suppose anything that you want for me to bring along in particular to the party, aside my own self and my weapons?
I mean, bring whatever's gonna make you fucking win, you know? I trust you to make that decision.
Very well. That's all I need. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to speak with me. Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. See you tomorrow. And she just goes right back upstairs.
Yep. All right. Yeah, there's only a very few people who sort of match that type of personality and description. Good, great, cool. Nana's gonna go over and collect Fen and,
Oh,
oh, you poor thing.
sorry, I dozed off. Who are you fighting?
Alright. Well, I hope it's not who it sounds like.
Who, who does it sound like?
Mm.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be Thor.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't know what she does, but she calls herself Thor, so
Mm,
maybe swing by a potion shop, see if we can find a potion of thunder resistance or something.
not
Might
a
be
bad idea.
something to invest in.
Yeah, if there's
Potion
any left.
scrolls, something.
Yeah, yeah. If there's any left. But yeah, it's worth looking. Yeah,
All right, let's swing by on the way back to talk to the rest of the group.
alright. Let's head back then. Suppose it's worth a look around Merriment Square very quickly, see whether or not we can see either Nyx or killed, and then head on back.
Um, so you guys want to swing by the magic shop and then go gather the team?
Yeah, unless we see Kel putzing
I mean, I'm gonna
around in
give you
the.
Keld.
Oh,
Eh.
okay.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Keld,
Yeah.
you are scooped up as you have been just kind of bopping around Merriment Square. Uh, but you all are welcome to go to Magisk Boutique.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just
there
a
is
quick
the
pop.
elderly tabaxi man. Welcome back.
Thank you. Don't suppose among your potions or scrolls there's anything for thunder resistance?
Um, uh, Nothing that I have in the front. I'd probably have to do some digging around to see if I have something. That's usually not a big ask I get often.
Mhm.
Anything in particular that is good against bludgeoning?
Um, Not getting hit with bludgeoning.
Right.
um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
I see.
have motions around to the space, and it is full of beautiful magic items of many varieties. Uh,
Right.
we There's a lot, but I'm not sure if anything exactly fits those descriptions.
Mm. Uh, if you've anything that would be good defensively for fighting someone who primarily uses fisticuffs or fights particularly close range.
Um, I mean, that seems like you're going into armor territory.
Well, I'm anticipating this particular combatant has primarily, I think, thunder as an added bonus to their fisticuffs. So anything perhaps that might make that less effective or a little easier to shake off. Um,
But a scroll of blur. You have blur in a scroll?
I might, as a kindness, where are you using this?
it would be at the party. I'm hoping not to need to use it, but I am a second for a particular patron and have just received some information about someone who may be particularly keen to have a duel.
Hmm. I should give you the warning. I've never been to one of these parties.
Well, no, have we, but seem to have made friends with a particularly punchable individual, and here we are.
Well, I don't really have anything to say about that. All I can say is that you might be able to use this scroll before the combat starts, but
Mm,
I know that you cannot use them once it is going. So you could
right.
not reinstate it if you were to lose concentration on it.
All right.
Um, but let me see. Pulls out like a sort of like a little thin rolling cart that just looks to have a bunch of rolled up scrolls in it and begins
Mm.
to thumb through them. Um, um, I have one blur, which you're welcome to have for 260.
Okay. Um, I can only hope that we have some access to the party coffers. I do not have.
You have the bag of holding.
I do have the bag of holding. Okay.
There you go.
160 or was it 116? I'm sorry.
260.
Oh, that was it. 260. Um, fairly certain we've got that. I don't have the party inventory for money in front of me,
You've been
but
given a thumbs up.
okay. Good. Yes. Then I will pay the 260 for that and will include 5 gold out of Nana's personal coffers for the late notice.
That's fine. I didn't have to. Okay. And takes
I
it.
mean, I appreciate it. You're doing me a kindness, and you're a good person, and you've sold us some very useful equipment already, so.
Well, if you're interested in the tour at some point, and motions to like, it's kind of like in those scenes where it's like, there's somebody and then it's like, and this great thing, and it's like, ah, and then it's like the angel music, and then everything looks like really
Yeah.
shiny. Like it just keeps cutting to the
Mhm.
room where everything's really shiny and nice. Like, ah.
We are on a bit of a time crunch right now. What time do you close tonight?
Um, I'll probably close around 7, probably around 7.
Time is it now? We're early afternoon, like lunchtime.
Um, that thing was at noon, and then you waited for an hour, and then you waited a little longer, and then we're probably in the 2 to 3 area. We're probably at 2. We'll say we're at a solid 2 right now.
2 o'clock.
We're in a bit of a time crunch right now, but I'd really like to attempt to be back here for the tour later. You do seem to have some very fine wares. Um, I hope to see you again this evening. Are you open through the weekend, through the party?
I will be hopefully open. I probably won't be on the last day. But besides that, I should be there for at least the first 2.
All right, excellent. We'll see you again. I appreciate your help.
Sure. Good luck with your friend choices.
Mm,
Well, thank
thank
you.
you. Seems we need it. Hopefully we'll be back again soon.
All right.
Would you have told Keld about this discovery as we walked over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This would have been a matter of like, Kelda, we might have a problem.
Okay, in that case, then as we're leaving, I think Keld will sort of like pull Nana closer and be like,
Mhm.
honestly, I think the safer option during this party would be to sort of keep Pan away from Thor. Just don't let them meet.
That seems like the better option, all in all. I'd love to be prepared just in case that cannot be avoided. I imagine this is a very crowded place.
Tell you what,
Probably it'll be hard to maneuver.
we'll both be on that mission.
Okay. That would be perfect, because if it is Thor that Tan has managed to piss off, I do not want to catch those hands.
I
At all.
can also, based off what I've noticed,
I mean, admittedly, Tan was saying most folks were very smashed at that point in the party. It wasn't even Thor that Tan had run into. Apparently, she'd bumped into somebody else, and then Thor squared up on her and was like, "I'll kill you, you stupid bitch."
Nana,
It was probably one of her friends.
you know how often you kind of nudge me and get me to shut my fucking mouth? Maybe
Yeah.
that's your role in this party, is follow Tan around, don't let her make a scene, nudge her, get her to shut her fucking mouth.
If she'll listen to me, you at least are in the habit. She has known me over the space of like 3 individual days in the last 2 weeks. So.
I mean, the alternative is she gets her face smashed in by the god of thunder.
Yeah, well,
Well,
no, it'll
not
be
her.
me getting my face
Mm.
smashed in by the God of Thunder on her behalf, but yeah.
I have to say that could complicate things.
A fair bit. I'm fine with just doing what I can to keep things on an even keel for the duration of the party, which I suppose
Sounds
is
great.
doable. But
Go get
if
your
it's,
sister.
yeah, that's gonna be our next thing, because apparently there's rodents who have chased off an exterminator by ripping up his calves or something. Corinne's venue is being aggressed upon by pests, and they were too much for the normal professionals, so we may get some goodies out of helping to clear this out. Or at least maybe a good ear, a good word from Corinne, which could go a ways if she's in this party at all, you know.
All right. And all of you begin to make your way back to the hard fiddle. And everybody is back between its sticky, a bit smelly walls. And that is where we are going to
Yummy.
take our break. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Go get a snack and a drink. And we will be back in 10 minutes.
Thank you, 10.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dice Cult for episode 147 of On the Backs of Gods. We just took our 10-minute break. The party have all reconvened at the tavern, the Hard Fiddle, and everybody is welcome to be together. You do not see Russ and friends currently, but Thor and her companions are currently off at a side table having a conversation. Once everybody reconvenes, what are we doing?
Have been assisting in some of the logistics of this party, and apparently there's a problem with the venue. And there's a pest control problem. Rats is what I was told. They hired. She asked if we could help out with removal of the rats, and I told her it'd be no problem. Reward. I don't think we need that, but if that entices anyone else to come along.
I'm happy to help.
I think that it should be an easy enough job, and if not a monetary reward, perhaps we can get a favor or some information or a nice word from Kareen to somebody who we might need a good word given to.
I'm sorry, I think I'm getting a sending from the producer. He's in my ears.
Hmm.
Oh, better.
I don't think it was him.
What?
Dear me. There's just white noise from the void. Don't worry about it. Naturally, Roshan, if you'd rather stay and do your reading, that's fine. But at the very least, if you wanted to come along, we didn't want to leave you out.
I appreciate very much the ask, but I think I will let the rat catching be handled by people who are more well equipped.
Do you think you could do us a favor and put a fireball in the ring?
Yeah, sure. If
Just in case it's ROUSs, you know?
I mean, you can just ask them to leave. You can talk to them. Yeah, you both can talk to animals.
It's true. But
You
if
don't
they
have to
really
fireball the whole party venue.
if they get
That might not end well.
particularly aggressive, I don't. Well, yeah, the party venue actually might not be the best place to throw down a fireball, in retrospect. Yeah. But
does one of you want to move very fast? That might help with catching quick rats.
it's true.
Not a terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Kel
Uh,
go very fast.
Frankly.
Roshan will do the more sensible thing and put in haste
Yeah. I think that's
as to
much
not
more prudent.
pre-destroy the party venue.
Yeah, might sort of make it a bit moot. That we were helping in the first place.
If the venue's gone, there's nothing to worry about anymore.
Well,
That's what Corrine's look.
there's no rats to worry about anymore, but also no venue in which to set up instruments. So,
A bunch of
trading problems for problems is not really what we'd prefer to do. It seems to be what we do a lot of, but rather not. So,
when do we have to go?
she wanted to be at this address about a couple hours from when we spoke with her, which may be not very long from now. Hour, half hour.
So we should go now.
Yeah,
We should
I
go
think
now.
so.
Who is wearing the ring?
Nana had been wearing it, so
I had been wearing it. If we're gonna get Keld to go fast, I think Keld should wear it.
Whoever's wearing it will be the person rolling the concentration checks, but it'll use Roshan's DC. No. That's for the spell itself. You'll be using the normal DC. I conjumbled it. But that person will be the one rolling. Whoever is
My
wearing the ring
concentration
will
is
be
not as
rolling.
good. That's why I keep getting blinded.
Nix, do you want to wear the ring?
Sure. So does that mean I'm concentrating on it then, or?
Once you cast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
This is
I'll
also an
keep that in
attunement
mind.
item.
Yep.
So be aware you can only have 3.
Mhm.
Okay.
Attune.
We're heading to the meeting spot.
To the venue to clear out the rats.
Yes.
The vin.
Yeah, the rats.
Roshan decides, no, I don't want anything from Corrine. That's fine. I don't want to bend her ear at all. And
Mm.
stays to read he book.
Dedication to
Mm-hmm.
If Roshan casts haste on himself, can he read faster?
No.
There is a spell for that. It is called speed read.
faster.
This book is based on time spent reading.
Nuts.
So it's a
Boo.
time-based thing. With a fancy thing, I might be like, ooh, sure, but we don't got that in this
Yeah.
hypothetical place. We don't got her. Um,
Or just plant stride or transport via plant back to the orchard of Idun in where time doesn't work the same way.
Oh.
yeah, it's only faster. I'll be back in a year, but my book will be done. All right. The 4 of you make your way out. Roshan, you fully acknowledge that I won't be talking to you ever again today. Just like
Fades away.
fade.
Bye, Roshan.
And then he was gone.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do?
All he's doing
before?
is reading his book, and I think he'll probably finish it while they're out. If it takes longer than an hour. But yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Doing it.
You're doing it, bud.
You push to get this book finished. You're so close. And the rest of you make your way through the streets, through the snow, past you see some children are playing in like snowdrifts and like ones that are like pushed up to the sides of houses and are just kind of like trying to climb up them and like sliding down. These kids are trying to get on the roofs. You can see people are shoveling snow. It's a chilly day. And you make your way towards the much nicer part of town, and it becomes a familiar trek. Like, yeah, no, we've been on this street before. We've been on this street before, and you approach a large looming home, a giant home surrounded by a tall wall. And
Big
you've been
purple
here
lights.
before. It is the home that had these lights that had drawn a small crowd to look at them through the gate. And you can see standing outside, no longer a crowd of people. That might be to the 2 guards that are now standing vaguely outside. And Corrine standing next to these guards. It seems like having like just casual conversation, wearing this red dress and these pearls, like a shawl that kind of come down and over. But she also has like a secondary shawl made of fur. But it is not as big as the pearl one. So the choice was, but we still got to see the pearls. So she
If you're
stands there.
wearing a whole shawl full,
You
gotta
got to
see it.
show them off a little bit. And she looks over to your group and smiles as you all approach. And you see casually lifts her hand and kind of holds it aloft.
Then we'll take her hand and plant a kiss on it.
She smiles, a bit of flush to the face, and you're not sure if it's like, ooh, a blush, or if it's, the aggressive amount of wind blowing and
Could be balls.
kind of rosying the cheeks. Could be both. She smiles and looks over your group. I'm so glad you guys could make it. Oh, your friend Roshan couldn't join you?
Sadly, he had some other business to attend to, but he does send his warm regards.
Understood. I'll remember that. And then she sort of like laughs. I'm joking. It's rats.
Mm, yeah.
Um, all right. Well, we should try to finish this up as quick as we can to just to get on with everything.
Of
Uh,
course.
and she like looks to one of the guards who gives a quick nod and begins to open this gate. You can see inside these tall, almost like street lights that have these varying cool toned flames inside of them. And she smiles and ushers all of you in to follow her.
All right. On we go, I suppose.
And you hear the gate close behind you. The guards do not follow.
Hmm.
Um, you are currently walking behind Corrine, following up this long pathway. It is what you can imagine in the slightly warmer seasons is a beautiful garden, but is now currently winter ravaged. You can see what were probably very nice topiaries and shrubbery, but now some long hibernating now at this point or fully covered in snow. Um, the path itself is pretty visible. You can also see that there are statues mixed in with the topiaries and shrubs, also just slowly growing gentle piles of snow atop them, as if they have not been attended to at least in the last day. Um, you look and approach a beautiful multi-story home. You can see that there are some lights lit inside, so you can only assume perhaps somebody is home. Um, and she looks up at the house and like sort of like acknowledges it, and like she seems to just be taking in the scenery as she walks, and uh, leads you further, and you are following a path that walks around the house. So she leads you down a path down the side. You can see there are two paths that leave each other and then converge later around the back of the house. But it's sort of like you could go this way, but they both go around the back. Um, as you follow her around, the perspective from your view begins to change. From the front, it looked like an incredibly massive home. And the thing is, that is still true. This is probably one of the biggest homes you have ever seen.
Hmm.
But you realize as you make your way around to the back that it is not this incredibly deep home. Like, this property takes up many square feet. It is a huge property. The amount of homes you could probably fit on this spot is much higher than one. But this courtyard is huge as you enter the backyard, and you realize that the depth you thought you saw to the building is multiple buildings. This courtyard sits between four separate buildings. The other three are smaller, but sit behind the main home. And
Huh.
you enter into this courtyard uh, following these stone paths, and you can see trees. Some of them still holding on to their leaves as best they can, but like just covered in snow.
Mm-hmm.
The whole place, winter wonderland. Um, and it seems beautiful and very quiet, a bit sparse. Like, this is the party venue, and there's just nothing to account for that.
Hmm.
And Corrine sort of looks around and looks back. I haven't felt comfortable letting any vendors come over here until this
Mm-hmm.
is dealt with. It'll be a bit of a time crunch, but
Mm-hmm.
We'll get it handled. How do you know the host and hostess?
she smiles. Well, she's me. And
Oh.
turns and keeps walking. So let me show you the places where some things were cited. And she is leading you in the direction of a mostly frozen over pond. And it sits there and you can see that like the light reflects off of it a bit. There are a couple spots where it seems the ice has broken and it is surrounded by like large sort of beautiful stone, and she stands next to it. Somebody informed me that they saw something over here at one point. Um, we have had some issues with the tearing up of some of the pathways, which I had fixed, thinking maybe something just ran through, but they must have just been skittering around. And I'm just honestly at this point, it looks so quiet. I'm not entirely sure what to do.
Well, we've some means of magically communicating with wildlife. Perhaps we can coax them out. Maybe even ask them to leave nicely. We're prepared to take more drastic measures if we must, but I imagine it would be best to move the animals to somewhere they'd be happier that is not the venue without tearing up the place further, if possible.
Oh, that's very sweet that you're going for a relocation. If you're able to, that is amazing.
If
But
it's possible.
of course,
Fenn's gonna start looking for tracks and see if he can place what might be tearing things up.
yeah. Go ahead and roll survival with disadvantage.
Nana will also be kind of like looking around and trying to see what she can make of the place. There's fresh snow, so anything that came by before the most recent fall won't be obvious, but something that would have been running rampant in here should be leaving
I mean, you're
tracks.
also welcome to roll a survival check. Nix and Keld, are you doing anything or all vibes all day?
So 16 defends survival.
Okay.
His exhausted survival.
21.
Okay.
Are there any food or things that might attract them? Particular?
See, that's the thing. I didn't think so personally, but maybe there's throughout and over time, the foliage is changed. So maybe we put up something attractive. I'm just not sure. But it's not like anything's gotten into like the grain stores, and that doesn't seem to be as heavily affected. It's just
Curious.
in the outside party venue, which is devastating.
There typically flowers through here.
Usually, gosh, the amount of flowers that I've seen here. And she smiles and kind of stands over by Fen. You're currently like looking around. Nana and Fen are like moving and looking through the snow. Fen, you do find a couple things that catch your attention. You do see, like in a spot, bunch of like itty bitty little tootsies. Like it seems like at one point they ran through one of the bushes and the bush stopped some of the snow from recovering these little tootsies. So you're like, there's at least evidence that you're like, these are rat feet. These look like little rat feet. And Nana, you also are like, it's like Fenn's like a lot of hand gestures, rat feet. And you're like, rat feet. And you make your way around, and you also see on the path where you think Corrine had mentioned the damage that had happened to the path, and it looks like it was a vaguely solid patch of the path that was ruined because it was recobbled. Uh, and it's like these rats, like you're like, I acknowledge that they are very small, but there must have been just like a little parade of rats that just like walked through here. As you're taking that in, um, Nyx, with your passive perception as you're vibing.
Yeah. Just looking around.
Yeah, what's going on? Um, Nana, at this point, you're sort of looking at the damage of this path and are beginning to like follow the best lead that you have, and you start heading back towards Nyx and the group, towards this pond where Corrine is just sort of set up and like looking into it and looking over at you, and is just like seems like entertained that you all are sleuthing, and just seems to be like very interested in what all of you are doing. And Nyx, you hear like a snapping sound, and your eyes are drawn to the water as you hear the sound of ice just gently snap. And you can see from where this crack happened, there's like a few little bubbles that pop up between the fissure. And the pond in this place illuminates ever so slightly, just a soft illumination. And Corrine looks at your face and then looks down and like leans forward. And all of you just see this gentle light just in the center below the ice of this pond.
Was that set up for the party?
I haven't gotten to set anything up yet. I don't think I put any algaes in there that would do that. I know some do, but
That's strange. Could it be something that was dropped in?
There is a
perhaps.
little opening, isn't there?
If not, I could
Uh,
just
Crack
use
in
some
the ice.
fire real quick. She'll just
Melt
produce
some more
flame.
of the ice.
Yeah, just throw it at that ice to melt it.
If we can get eyes on whatever it is, so much the better.
All right, you huck a bit of fire, and it's going to take it a second. This is just a very casual fire spell, and you might have to be like, and another one, as the fire really
Just
doesn't have
over and
anything to
over.
kind of catch onto. You're like, guys, give it a second, give it a second,
It's all right, guys. Do you want a torch?
and
No,
the
that's
ice
fine.
All right.
on the water shifts and moves as pieces of ice are broken off and like kind of float around, and some fall and move and melt, and just it's just a constant warble. And then once you stop, the warble continues, and the light spreads and then moves inwards and then up as you watch a barrage of rats burst forth from this hole in the ice. Illuminated, beautiful rats erupt from the pond, screaming, soaking wet. I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, God.
What's happening?
What?
Hey, everybody.
What?
Welcome to this rat combat,
Nana
where
is
we
back
just
to
beat
form.
up a
That's
bunch
a
of
bad
rats.
roll.
I roll
Um,
this with disadvantage as well, right? This is an ability. Initiative is an ability check.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So yeah, for now, just for the fun of it.
Okay.
So she'll have that. And then, yeah, bring up the map. Bring up the map.
Oh boy, here we go.
And then the rats get their initiative.
Why are they coming out of the water?
Water rats.
I mean, I know they exist, but I wasn't aware that they were fully aquatic.
Nutria.
Oh, wow. You have a whole scene.
So
Here's the rats. Just a bunch of rats come pouring out. One more moment. So all of these it's just like it's something out of a nightmare. Truly a nightmare
Yeah.
scenario as rats just burst forth from the water. And then that's the rats. And then our friend Corrine gets to be in the initiative. Okay, 20 and up.
20.
Dang,
Wow.
killed.
That's not what I
Coming
would
in
have
swinging.
expected on this fine day. 15 to 20.
15.
18.
Mhm. Um, 10 to 15.
11.
And that's everybody, I believe, right?
Because Roshan's reading back at the inn. We should have had him put in ascending so we could at least scream in agony as we
Rats!
died.
Somebody spends their action to just scream for a solid 6 seconds and then goes about their business.
Yep.
Uh,
John flips
you
the page.
you love to see it. Keld and Nyx, you guys top of the initiative, baby.
Get it.
We're on
Keld,
it.
you are up first. All of these rats burst forth. A lot of them still on the pond, but some of them have just scampered their way up onto the rocks. What are we doing?
Hmm.
Just a bunch of rats.
Well, I
So
will
many
be
rats.
casting Speak with Animals.
Hold on, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Try to make eye contact with a group of them or something if I can. Whatever
Hey.
whatever pile of rats is closest, Held's gonna ask them what are they doing in the pond. It's just weird,
What are you doing in there, man? That's weird.
What
basically.
you doing in there? You could be having some cheese.
Go ahead
Oh.
and roll me animal handling.
Cold and wet, why are you in the pond?
Hmm.
Wow. You said animal
Animal
handling?
handling.
He won.
Hot
Okay.
damn.
A lot of
This
nat 20s on this guy.
these rats acknowledge you, like this cluster, all turn their heads in unison towards you. All of them just like it's almost as each rat was its own little torch. Just like
Mhm.
its own little torch. And this cluster of torches turn and look at you. And you hear that shrill rat squeak as all of them speak like little rats in unison. Um, but you hear a strange cluster of words, but it's as if the rats all say them together. It is not like each rat's like this, that. It's like all of them are like this, that.
They're all hive minding it.
They're in unison. They've trained for this. It's a they've been working on this for years. These rats look to you. Food, expand, search, hunt, find, and it is just as they like scamper and move over each other, just a twist of these animals. Anything else, Keld?
I'm going to tell them they need to leave.
Um,
Nothing here for you.
please go. I am going to have to say for that next part of that adventure in conversating with the rats would have to wait for your next turn as you ask them another question first. But if you have a bonus action or you want to use any of your movement, you are welcome to.
No. I'll wait till my next turn.
Okay. Nyx, you are up. Fen, you are the next player character on deck.
I will activate haste for Keld.
Okay, Keld is now hasted.
Wow.
That's an action, and Nyx has no bonus actions that are usable right now. So that's it.
All right, standing your ground.
Yeah.
Okay. It's now the rat's turn.
We're the rats.
Um,
We're the rats.
I'm going to say that Keld is currently talking to the cluster that's on the rocks to the right. So that group seems to be engaged in talking to Keld. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, what's up, man? And um, don't seem to be as moving as much as the rest of the rats. Not part of this conversation directly, though they may be able to hear you. All start moving.
Ah,
Um, the two furthest left clusters are going to run towards Finn.
ooh.
And Fen, as you stand on the edge of the pond and then just look at this geyser of rats, and as they just begin to swarm towards you, just these little torch-like rats, um, um, you hear a voice ring out in your mind, Fen. And it is a cluster of itty bitty voices speaking as one. Prone. I need a wisdom saving throw.
These rats got magic?
Hi, welcome to These Rats Have Magic.
18.
Okay.
Saving throws
You
aren't at disadvantage, right? With one level
No, I
exhaustion.
don't
Okay.
believe so. That's
It's not
that's
until
like
like
level
level
Just
3, I
4
think.
or something
Okay.
like
Ability checks at 1,
Just
attacks at
ability checks.
2. Okay.
that. Yeah.
Um you feel like your knees begin to buckle as this voice rings through your mind, but you push through that and then feel scampering up your
Ah,
legs as a
ah,
swarm of rats begins to move into your space.
what the fuck?
Yikes.
They're gonna do their damnedest. Here they come.
I'm seeing why the professionals
Had some trouble.
left.
No, no, this is making sense. This is making sense.
Hmm.
That'll be a nat 20 from the rats.
I almost would have
Here,
preferred RUSs.
here to fuck around and find out. Bad rolls. Um, then you're going to take 16 points of piercing damage as these rats begin to try and make their way like into your pant legs and are just beginning to rip and tear and
gosh.
bite. Um, and yeah, it becomes apparent to everybody. Yeah, no, a normal exterminator would be having quite a terrible time. The rat in the middle of the right hand rats is going to make its way over to Nana. Yeah, that
Lovely.
guy runs over to Nana
Mm-hmm.
and is going to just start swarming you.
Oh, fun.
That is a 19 on the dice. Good
Jesus.
for you, rats. The Oh man, if I could have gotten this damage on the crit. Um uh, Almost exactly the same. 17 points of piercing damage as Nana, these rats
Ow!
begin to just like tornado up your body.
Ow!
Um,
Fuck!
these torches like burning bright. And Nana, as these ones like swarm up the sides of them, you can see that the light is illuminating from their heads. And it's almost as if they're like the top of their skull is transparent, and you can see this pulsing light is coming from their visible brain.
What the fuck?
uh, Nana screams as the ones on the rocks are going to approach Keld. They are not currently attacking.
Hmm.
One beautiful second.
Hmm.
But I need Keld and Nana to give me a wisdom saving throw. Keld,
Oh,
as you watch
good.
the swarm of rats approach you, and they all start to like bob in unison. Uh,
Can't be. You said a what?
Eh.
Wisdom
I
save?
believe so, probably.
27.
Jeez.
Jesus
And
Christ.
Nana, you get to add 2 to yours. You are right next to Keld.
That's helpful. Don't know if it's helpful enough, but it's helpful. That's a 14.
It was incredibly helpful. You
Wow.
feel this pulse go through both of your minds, and you feel your eyes starting to cross in the world, getting a bit blurry. But both of you are able to push through this as the rats continue to bob in place. And that last center cluster left on the ice is going to go to Corrine.
Oh no.
Corrine begins like trying to step backwards and like is like trying to get a scream out, but it's almost like catching in her throat. Um, these rats are gonna attack. Dun-dun-dun.
Oh
They're
no.
just they see Corrine not wearing heavy boots and armor, has some exposed leg, so easier target.
Oh no.
That's gonna hit.
Ooh.
Corrine is going to take 11 points of damage. And as this happens, the scream does rip from her throat as she feels the rats begin to climb up her leg. She begins to scream. Um, that is all of the rats' turns. Fen, it is your turn. Nana, you're on deck.
All right. Fenn's going to use his bonus action to disengage from the
Mm-hmm.
swarm o rats. He's going to take a 5 steps back, and then he's going to take shots without sharpshooter at the swarm that is on Corrine.
Okay.
That is. Sorry. Been a while since we fought anything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. It's a 27, 25, and 29 to hit on
Oh,
those.
most certainly. It
Okay.
it rats.
All right.
Weird rats, but rats.
Okay.
Hmm.
One shot is one of the shots is 29 points of damage.
Okay.
Uh, and the last 2 shots are 11 and 8 points of damage.
So that would be 19. Sorry, I'm doing math.
No,
Hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm mood. I was just doing it too.
Yeah.
Um,
Y'all are
Fen,
doing
you
math.
just run over and begin to just unload rapid fire 3 shots, and
Hmm.
you are certainly killing rats. You are watching rats fall dead, but you do realize that arrows into a
Swarm.
horde of tiny creatures
Hmm.
are doing something, but not to the full extent of what you could see one of your arrows doing.
Right.
So there is just still rats swarming around her, but many lay dead on the floor.
So if I still have plenty of movement left. If I were to move to her, could I use an interaction to try and drag her away from that swarm, or would I,
Yeah.
having
Um.
used,
y- Sure.
yeah, all right,
Um.
yeah, move to her and try to pull her
So you
back
moved.
away
What's
from
your
the
what's your movement?
35.
Okay, so we did 5, so it gets us to 30. Move Corrine and Fen back 15 feet. Because you are at half movement dragging a person.
All right, I'd like to end my turn between her and the swarms.
Okay. Um,
End of turn. I did a lot of things, but I have none
you
left to
did a
do.
lot of things. I'm trying to personally take a call. It was forced movement. I can't attack her. Okay. I was just seeing if I was allowed to beat the shit out of Corrine.
Hmm.
No, it's forced movement. Um, you kind of just like pick her up at your like side and begin to just hustle back as best you can and are able to get her back a bit and you step in front of her. Um, that is your turn. Nana, you're up.
Hmm. Well, I've been going back and forth on how I wanted to handle this first turn, but I guess what I'm gonna wind up doing is hunters marking the swarm that is in front of me
Sure.
um, with my bonus action, and then with my action, uh, I'm going to at least attempt an attack on these things with my main hand with my
Yeah,
short sword.
go for it.
Did it. No. Well, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Lovely. So that'll be 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And I guess I will go for my second attack and do the
Mm-hmm.
same. Ooh, 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
11 points of slashing damage on that one.
Much damage?
11.
Cool. Uh, fine. Okay. As you
Okay.
begin to, and you also get to realize that trying to hack into a group of small clusters of creatures,
Yeah.
you are leaving red stains on the snow,
Sure.
but they, it is hard to hit all of them, and they continue to swarm
Mm.
around you. And if anybody needs to, just refresh and you'll
Mhm.
see the map. Um, but anything else, Nana?
Thanks to my mobile feat, since I've made a melee attack, I can skedoot without provoking opportunity attacks. Um, so I would like to move and get a bit of a better vantage point. I'm going to try posting up in front of Kareen to try and help form a defensive barrier for her, because
Okay.
she is the only unarmored person in this situation.
Okay. You take a step in front of Corrine to form the barrier, and
Form a line!
that is your turn. It is now Corrine's turn. Corrine is going to move. Corrine
Good
is going
idea.
to back up about 30 feet down this like center path, or at least toward as close to that statue, perhaps. She is just going to um, understand when she is bested by nightmare monsters from the pond, and she is going to back away. You can see that blood is running down her legs where she was cut, and one of the rats had like made it up and had started to chew at the shawl, and pearls
Rude.
begin to gently fall and scatter across the ground as she runs away. And just sort of like posts up over here, like watching you all, wide eyed and breathing heavy. That is Corrine's turn. And we are back at the top of the initiative. Keld, you are up. Nyx, you are on deck.
Okay. So given that previous interaction with them, they seem to be a bunch of rats.
Hmm.
You figured it out, baby.
They are a swarm, and they are here to swarm.
Here to swarm and steal.
Hmm. We
They
the
love it.
rats.
So
We the rats.
I'm going to this haste to my advantage and swing at them a bunch.
Yeah.
Perfect. The one that came over and is currently like bouncing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seem to be trying to hypnotize me, and I don't like.
They're like, look at here, look at us, look at us, look at us. You understand, you get it. And you're hearing their squeaking voices and understanding them, and you're also hearing it in your brain,
Hmm.
both in unison.
That is
Um,
unsettling.
so you are
Don't
welcome
care
to
for that.
take your 3 attacks that you get, I believe. I don't know if you get more. I'm not looking at anybody's stuff. That would be
You
Get
will
something
indeed get
ridiculous.
3 attacks. Let's see here. Does
a 15 does hit.
does
Contact is
a
made.
Hmm.
does a 12 hit?
A 12 just hits.
All right, so we
Ha!
hits in
Hell yeah!
damage.
Double edge.
So 21 plus. Do you want a little calculator too? Because I had to buy myself a little calculator. That's what I've been doing.
I'll use my phone next round.
No, it's chill. I'm just like, I
Mhm,
need my
mhm.
calculator. I'm having so
Yeah.
much shit.
Yeah. 46?
What the fuck's happening?
It's a lot of dice.
Okay. Kel, you just start fucking swinging.
Jeez.
And everybody in their own turn gets to. Kel, you watch just bits of rats go flying. But they remain. The horde stays, but many, many have been sundered. And for your next round, because we didn't do this time, and by golly, I'm not making us. If anything of yours was not bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage, I need it separately. But we're not going to do that now. We're just taking it all as it is. So if any of your smite was supposed to be something else, you're just too late.
Oh,
Next round.
And keep that in mind for next round to give me those separately. I didn't think of it until right now. All right, Keld, is there anything else?
nope.
Okay, Nyx, you're up. Fen, you're the next player character on deck.
Yeah. I'm gonna target the swarm to her left.
Okay.
With blight. So that's a 19 con save.
Hmm.
A lot of dice. 16. don't even have enough dice for this. Okay.
They have to make like a D&D abacus, right? Like that just has each type of dice on a little
It's-
slider that you can
Yeah.
move across.
That'd be
I
great.
wish.
It's 41 necrotic damage.
Nix, you watched the swarm, now with nobody else to focus on in that area, kind of turn towards you. Can you tell me what your blight looks like?
Uh, it's like a sickly green energy that just
Ooh.
shoots out of her hands and sucks all of the life out of any kind of plants around it and the creature itself that it's attacking.
And as this green energy moves around and consumes the space that the rats are swarming, as it flickers and then fades, there is no movement left in that space. The
Oh,
rats are husks and unmoving.
holy shit.
That's all.
That's
Damn.
it.
That's it.
Just here to have a good time. That's all.
That was effective.
It's rat time.
Time for rat.
Time of wrath is upon us.
Oh boy. Here they
um,
come.
Kel, the group in front of you is going to look at you, the ones that you just bludgeoned, and you hear a voice in your head that says, "Flee." I need a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, rats probably have fleas.
That's true.
I don't have any for you, rats.
That'll be a 20.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
No reason to run. That is
the
their
rats.
turn. The other cluster in just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Keld will move into Keld's space
Oh boy.
and are going to attack. That is a nat 20.
Jesus.
Oh no. Jeez.
These rats came here to hunt.
And boy, is that a lot of meat.
You take 22 points of piercing damage as these rats begin to make their way under your armor and begin to just claw at your skin.
Ah. No thanks.
Comfort.
The
Don't
one
care
in
for that.
the next one over, so the one kind of in the middle by the pond, him, yeah, is going to run to Nana. Makes the most sense, straight ahead. And is going to doodle doodle. Yeah, they feel pretty content about how well they are attacking. They smell blood in the air. So it's going to
Ooh.
attack. That's their first bad roll of today. Nana, you are just like flailing your legs and swinging your sword and just trying to keep these things at bay from getting under your armor. But they are currently in your space.
Little bastards.
Nyx, evens or odds?
I'll go odds.
These rats run towards Fen.
Oh
Sorry,
no.
It's fine. I wanted it. I wanted it.
And
He
they are going
wanted
to
it.
give some bites. Oh no, now I'm betrayed. They run towards Fen, and Fen, it is just once again just like you kick, one rat goes flying. You are just keeping them at bay from getting access to biting at your ankles. But they are trying to run up your body like a tornado. They are
Cool.
in your space.
They have ended their turn within 5 feet of me. I will use my reaction to move 15 feet in the direction of Corrine.
Aha.
Okay. Am I allowed to opportunity attack you this fine
No,
day?
no.
Understood.
Scout ability.
Then I shan't, but I'll think about it. I'll think about
Hmm.
it in my alternate universe where I get to hit anyone. Everyone's so good at running.
You've already gotten a couple bites on us. There's
Yeah,
some blood
but
in the air.
I only get to take opportunity attacks so often now. It's a luxury.
It is,
Um,
that's true.
that is the rat's turn. Fen, it is now your turn.
I'll continue to use my movement to back all the way up to Corinne, and I will. I'll take some shots at the ones that are fucking with Nana.
Okay.
No sharpshooter.
Um,
Go ahead.
um,
Whatever ones I can get a beat on.
yeah,
You know
that
what?
would
You
either
know
be
what?
the one on Nyx or the one on Cal.
Matter of fact, not even gonna shoot at him. I'm gonna reach into a small gray bag dangling from my waist, and pull out a ball of fluff.
Who do we
And from
have?
that, I gotta see.
It's a rat.
I should have had the PDF
Big
up.
rat. Big rat.
Big rat. Big rat.
Unfortunately, it is not a big rat. It is a
Aw.
boar.
Whoa!
Hopefully,
Will do.
yeah.
Boars
Hopefully
will do
it's.
some damage with them. Feeties.
I know. Big rat would have been cool though.
That's true.
And we'll put the boar after you in initiative.
Okay. And that's my action and my reaction. My bonus action, I guess I won't do anything with my bonus action. End of turn.
Okay. It is the boar's turn.
Cool. Boar's gonna go run after the ones that are engaged with Keld.
Okay.
And he's gonna do a charge attack. He's gonna move 20
Alright.
feet. So he'll need to that swarm will need to just succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked
this-
prone. However,
Um,
a swarm of rats can be knocked
They
prone.
can't. They cannot be
Okay.
knocked prone.
Okay.
Sadly, the swarm, unpronable.
All right.
Uh,
Attack on the same time. An extra 3 1d6. This doesn't even read correctly. Jillian, what is this saying? If the boar moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target, then hits with a tusk attack on the same turn, the target takes an extra 3, and then in parentheses 1d6.
It's 1d6. 3 is the average of 1d6.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
So make a tusk attack as you have now charged into them.
Cool.
And you're gonna get, if you hit, you get to add that extra d6.
All right. It is a 14 to attack or to hit.
14 hits.
Cool. So 1d6 plus 1 plus 1d6. 9 points of damage. Sorry, I'll get better with using this bag of tricks if I get to use it often enough.
Halved to 4. Okay. You watch as a boar runs over and begins to just bite and tusk at the rats you are engaged with. All right. That is the boar's turn. Nana, you're up.
All right. In that case, I'm going to make use of my bonus action to use No. I'm going to use Slayer's Prey. I'm going to use Slayer's Prey because I can stack it with my Hunter's Mark. And I'm going to try another attack on these guys. What are in front of me, and attempt to get them off of me.
So, I hate to be so pedantic. You hunters marked the ones that are in front of Keld, like on the side of Keld. Would you like to
Did
also
I?
Slayer's Prey that one and then like move into that one? You did not do that to this one that just came and engaged with you.
Yes. Then I will
Okay.
do that.
All right, you move
Yeah.
into
Yep.
that group and begin swinging.
I'm a swing. It's 16 to hit.
Yep.
So that is going to be all the damage type is the same. 15 points of damage. Slashing.
Okie dokie.
And I will do the same again. But this time I do not get the benefit of the Slayer's Prey, but I do get the Hunter's Mark, yes? I think that's right. Yes.
Every turn.
Yeah. Ooh, damn. Okay. 20. It's like 25, 26 to hit, something like that.
Sure, that hits.
That's another, 15 points of slashing damage.
15?
Mm-hmm.
15. It's always these even numbers, isn't it? In this hellscape.
Oh, no.
That's fine. You feel like you have dealt with a large portion of this group of rats. There's still a cluster, but they have definitely thinned a good bit.
Cool. That's good. That's fine. And so long as we're all kind of like forming the line here, I don't think I want to move much. I may. No, I'll hang out. I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. It is now Corrine's turn, who is just going to acknowledge that Fen is there, and she places like an acknowledging hand on your back and it says, "Please keep me safe." And she is just going to, with shaky breath, step backwards about 5 feet, just to be like, "You got this, and I believe in you. you you got this, champ." And she takes a step back.
Of course, stay close.
I will. And it's just like the gentle sound of these pearls hitting the cobblestones. And then a snap sound and a crack as you watch a cobblestone like bend upwards at an awkward angle as something pulls
What?
itself
No!
Oh no.
soundlessly, it seems, out of the space that is the cobblestone and pulls itself up. It is a stone mess of legs and arms and just has a central large eye and a mouth
What?
atop what would be like the top of its head that snaps and bites at the space
What?
and is going to appear right behind Corrine.
What?
I said stay close.
She went a solid step backwards and uh, as she steps back, it um, comes and lands next to her. And then a secondary snapping sound as another one burst up from the other
No.
side of Corrine. And
What?
you can see just like these dangling tongues from these mouths as the tongues like lick at the ground, and you watch as the pearls stick to it and it pulls the pearls into their mouths. And their focus goes to Corrine. Um
I'm sorry.
um let's see here. One of them is going to do all of its attacks on Corrine. Uh, Corrine's AC. Give me a second. Uh, uh, at least she had the held dodge action. That's all she has going for her at this point in time. There's her AC. First attack. Nat 1. As you watch this thing's jagged mouth, it turns sideways and lunges at Corrine, who steps back on heels and like hits into the wall behind her and gasps as the creature bites into the stone next to her. Her eyes are wide. She looks horrified. It is now going to take, come back here, 3 claw attacks against her. First claw attack. That is going to hit. Second claw attack. Is going to miss. And then third claw attack. is going to hit. So 2 claw attacks hit. She is
What
going
the
to
fuck?
take 13 points of damage as she screams, as she kind of like pushes like into herself as like stone claws rake against her arm. And Fen, you look over your shoulder and her blood just splashes across the side of your face. Um, she is wide-eyed, terrified, and just screaming. The other one, as it licks up pearls on the ground, its tongue runs over your boot, Fen, and it is going to go in for a bite,
Oh
Sweet.
boy. What the fuck?
which you kind of swiftly pull back and like turn yourself sideways and dodging this mouth as one of the claws goes for you. That is going to hit. And that is 4 points of slashing damage as the claw hits you across the back. The second one, same roll, also is going to hit. Is 4 points of slashing damage. And then is gonna turn its focus to Corrine and do an attack. Doing 2 hits towards you and then one. The amount of arms this thing has is unsettling, like a terrible starfish of death. So he has disadvantage because Corrine took the dodge action. One of those is a nat 20 and the other one is a nat 1. Missing
Oh.
its last attack against Corrine. Um, that's their turn. Very fun. Keld, we're back at the top. It's your turn. Nyx, you are on deck. What would you like to do?
All right. Hearing all of that behind me,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible for me to reach Corrine in my 30 movement? Or I guess, wait, my movement doubled.
Yeah, I'm sure you could get anywhere you want to get.
Okay, I want to get to her and then Misty step away with her.
Okay. Uh, Keld at
You
high speed.
can't take somebody with a misty step.
Oh.
Oh, a pity. This isn't Dimension Door.
Yeah.
Not in this
Oh, I
economy.
see. Yeah, just me.
Damn.
But you're here.
I am here.
Hold them,
That-
Keld.
I'm gonna wail on this big guy,
Okay,
big nasty guy.
go for it.
$14 hit.
14 does not hit. One of your strikes scrapes across the stone skin and does not cause any sort of damage.
What about a
A 19 hits.
You still want to know about my radiant damage?
Not anymore.
Okay. Damn.
Actually, yes, I do. I lied.
Hmm.
Hey, I lied. I do want to know. Hey guys, welcome to the dice cult where I'm gonna murder Corrine in front of everybody.
No.
It's been real. That's a wrap on Corrine.
All right then. Well,
Jesus,
my
guys.
2
What?
hits will do 23 sword damage and 6 radiant.
23, 23, 11 plus. You said 6 radiant? Okay. So 17. Move the calculator. I feel so smart. Uh, you begin to try and hack into this thing. It is bulky and you see mostly comprised of stone.
Hmm.
Anything else, Kel?
No.
Okay. Nix, you are up. Then you're the next player character on deck.
I'll aim my blight at the big guy closest to me.
Yeah. You turn and like bring your foot down on one of these rats and just lift a hand to
There.
the cluster of rock monsters.
So it's still the 19 con save.
Ah, yes. Me roll dice.
You roll, and I roll.
We both roll together.
Yeah.
That's a nat 20, so it's going to take half damage.
Yep. That's okay. There's a lot of 8s in this.
Ooh.
Now I have to do math.
Hey guys, welcome to We All Do Math.
It's okay.
Hey,
I stole dice from the sets that I'm finishing, so that I have enough
There you go.
dice now.
Don't do math, kids. Not even once.
No.
unless you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, I guess you can do math
I
a lot
guess
of
you can
times
do
over and over
You
again.
A
gotta.
line of math. Just the one line. You should be okay.
There's so much of it, though. Oh, yeah, it's an even 50, so 25 necrotic damage.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll just stay right there.
Yeah, you watch.
Rats.
Yeah. Some of the rocks on its body seem to
You're
like
on rat duty.
crack and crumple a bit and fall from its form, and you watch like the eye become bloodshot as little veins poke out the sides as the blight takes effect. That looks like he's having a bad time. He looks rough.
Good.
Probably good that he succeeded that save. This rock monster seems confused. It was just eating pearls, and now it's very upset. That is Nyx's turn. It is now the rat's turn. The rats next to our boar friend are going to turn and face him and begin to bounce. I need a wisdom saving throw from the boar.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Let me zoom here. This is not a very good. So 14. Pretty good for a pig.
These
Not bad for a
fucking
pig.
rolls. These rats and their shitty DC.
They are just
You
rats.
see the rats bounce in the direction of the boar, and the boar seems unfazed by this.
The rats are doing
I'm
the
going
whole
to
head
have
bobby thing and everything.
the cluster with Nana and the one between the boar and Nana. Those ones are just going to converge on Nana.
That's fine.
They're going to converge. The first one is going to go for some bites. Blood in their mouths. Nope. They've lost their luster. Okay, the second group of rats is going to hit.
Okay.
God damn it. Okay, that's a little better. You take 10 points of piercing damage as these rats just climb up your body and just keep biting at you.
You little bitches!
The ones next to you, Nyx, they are going to look in your direction. And they're going to bite you. It's really the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. No, they're not actually. Nyx, as you send this spell outward, you see rats just like swarming up your body and over your arms, and just the spores and the magic that sort of just naturally radiate from your body. They like trying to bite through it and seem to be struggling to. That's all the rats, isn't it? Fen, you are up. Nana, you're the next player character on deck.
All right. Fen is going to grab Corrine, throw her over his shoulder, bonus action, disengage, and move back towards the rat group.
The rats are better.
But like kind of around the corner, like around that snowdrift there to the you can't see where I'm pointing.
So it's going to take, so from where Corrine is, move them 15 feet away from the beasties. just pulling
Like,
Corrine
oh
with
god.
you. These things snap at the air, just a mangle of arms and legs, trying to find purchase.
Oh God.
I'm gonna put you down for a second, love. And Ben's gonna take a couple of shots at the one closest to him.
Okay.
Both of those shots, I assume, are going to miss. I got an 11 and a 12.
Both of those miss. You can feel your heart beating in your chest, and you can feel Corrine's blood on your face. It is hard to focus.
I mean, she's bleeding. How does she look?
Um, not not good.
Okay.
But she is not a feather's touch away from falling over.
All right. Too late. I already made the attacks. I can't
Yeah.
retcon that now, but yeah. All right. All right. Rufio.
That
Uh,
it?
yeah. End of Fen's turn, but right into Rufio's turn, right?
Yep.
Rufio, slay. And he's gonna attack the rats that are right in front of him.
Okay.
That is a
Slay King.
that is an 8 and 19 to hit. So
That
hits.
hits.
No running start this time. So 4 points of damage.
Okay, so 2 points of damage. As this boar is doing his best. He's here to kill rats, and you see a couple are now stuck on the tusks. Nana, you're up. Keld, you're the next player character.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. I'm going to. All right. This is not doing what I want it to do. I'm going to make a choice. I'm going to drop concentration on Hunter's Mark and instead use Searing Smite. I've
Okay.
still got Slayer's Prey up, so I can still stack that. I'm going to attempt to engulf my blades in flames and inflict a little extra hurty hurt on these
Okay.
little ratty rats.
If you hit, the damage needs to be separated.
Noted. Okay, I designated my dice for the fire when I started. That's nice. 23 to hit, so 9 points slashing and 6 points of fire damage, assuming they make their concentration saving throw fail.
I don't know what words you said at me.
I don't know either, I'm sorry. They need to make a concentration saving throw, the rats do.
Constitution saving throw?
Yes, I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
And what is that for exactly? Does this do
It
more
is
than just
for-
fire damage?
It's for whether or not the fire damage hits him in the first place.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
Searing
I'm not going
Smite
to
do
look into
require that. That's why I was hesitant to switch over to it, but
They rolled
Fire
very
will-
high.
fuck. Okay, how high?
Unlucky.
Fine. All right, fine. Okay. So it's just yeah, the spell ends then, and that's 9 points of slashing damage. I should have kept Hunter's Mark.
No. Constitution saving throws are at the start of each of its turn. It is going to take 1d6 fire damage now. That is to try and get rid of the fire later.
Oh my god, you're right.
I was like, that doesn't sound right to me. So I did look it up.
I definitely misread
so what's
that.
the
It's been a
damage?
longer day than I thought. So
What am I
then it
looking
would
at?
be 6 points of fire damage in addition to the 9 points of slashing damage.
And that cluster in front of you erupts into flames and is
Hell
gone.
yeah!
Ceases to be.
Crispy rats.
Crispy!
You guys are welcome to taste these. I'm sure they're a delicacy. Is
Yeah.
that your turn, Nana?
Bring him over to the tabaxi shopkeeper for trade.
God almighty. That's
Sure
my
he'd love
first
that.
attack of my first action for this turn.
Sure.
I
You
did
can
use
turn
my
to the
bonus
next
action,
set.
but I'm going to turn to the next set. I won't have the benefit of the fire on this one, but I can still use my Slayer's Crossbow. Oh, damn, baby. You're doing good. 24 to hit.
That hits.
So, 9 points of slashing damage again. I will, yeah.
Okay. That is your turn, Nana.
Yeah.
It is now Corrine's turn, who's just, by golly, she doesn't know what to do. She is in a pickle and is so against standing there. um she is going to she's gonna look to you, Fen. She seems to be considering, like, do I stay behind you or do I run?
Go to that doorway. I'll meet you there.
Okay,
Or
she's
maybe
gonna
go get the
run
guards.
30 feet that way. And that is going to be her turn. She's not going to use her action to dash. She's staying on her heels. That is Corrine's turn. It is now the strange rock monster's turn.
Oh boy.
Cheld, the one in front of you perceives you. And then you watch when its large hands grab into the earth and begin to like shift it, and it almost like starts to like shimmy itself rapidly into the earth. Would you like to take an opportunity attack as it begins to burrow?
Love to do. Like whack a rat. Well, 10's not gonna hit, is it?
That's really a shame. It burrows, and once it is underground, it is quiet. But you hear the heavy breathing next to you as the other one to your side moves in and just like slams into your body, Keld. That
Oh,
one's gonna take attacks
no.
against you.
Oh, boy.
My AC.
Good to know. I have not been having. Nix, did you remember to roll those concentration checks?
Yeah, I've
I
been
fully
fine.
forgot.
I've
All
been
right.
good.
I can only assume you're fine. They are only doing
There's
so
so
much.
many of
She
them.
got like a plus 19 to con, so
I get advantage on it. So
So it's going to take its bite attack against you. No, it's going to take its claw attacks against you. Uh, you said 21? Okay. 2 of the claw attacks are going to hit. You take 11 points of slashing damage, Keld, as just these claws try to dig into you. It's almost more of a solid bludgeoning feeling. And then, like, it's almost like the rocks crack on contact and it digs in sharply as it rakes across your body. And then you hear the second one pop up next to Corrine and the pearls.
No! Oh my god!
As you can see, just a trail of pearls following behind her as her shawl begins to just slowly unravel. And it's gonna take all of its attacks against her.
Oh my god!
It's gonna go for its bite. How sad. The teeth try to dig into Corrine as it bursts forth like a shark out of water. And Corrine stumbles and tries to catch herself, trying not to fall in the snow as this thing just burst out, a rain of rock flying everywhere. It's going to swing at her. It's like she's done this her whole life, not be hit by terrible monsters.
Good for her, I guess.
Wow.
That's a good skill to have as a person who doesn't wear armor or
You know,
use
when you're just like a
weapons or
person
use
at
magic.
home, what a good skill to have.
That's a good skill to have.
She gets hit once out of the 4 attacks. Good for you, babes.
Ow.
She's going to take some more damage. Mm, And that is Phil, the one in front of you is gonna burrow. And you have used up your reaction. It burrows, it is gone from view. And you watch as it goes under, like the hole it makes, it like shifts dirt atop it, and it's just now sort of like loose dirt in the space. It is not a hole like the worm made. So that one disappears from view. That's their turn. Keld, you're up next. You're on deck.
Okay. On, but I on.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna run over there. Can I notice a trail of pearls as I'm going?
With your passive perception, most certainly not. Um, you don't know why this is happening unless you want to roll like. Actually, no, you do not know why this is happening. Why Corrine's so special in this moment, you can't figure that out.
Special.
They were licking at the
So
ground
tasty.
earlier. I don't know.
Held was not there when that happened.
Oh.
Looking at the ground.
They were licking the ground.
Apparently.
What are we doing, Keld?
Oh yeah, I'm going to it.
Yes, just throw hands. Why not?
That's all I can do right now.
All I
Alright,
wanted to do was ask if I saw the pearls, Jillian. I don't want
I
anything
just
else.
I had one question. That was it.
That's my turn. Thank you.
So my first hit hits, and that's gonna take off 12 damage and then 5 radiant.
12 and 5. Okay.
16 hit.
16 does not hit.
18 hit.
18 does not hit. Okay. Takes.
All right, there's my one attack.
All right. You go over, and it's, you're running across cobblestone with snows on it. It's a little hard to fully balance. And this thing is made of rock. It's hard to dig your sword into.
Sure wish somebody with a shadow would have come along.
Nyx, it's your turn.
Real fast. This thing is ended its turn within 5 feet of me. It looks like on the map. I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Keld.
Yeah, it's within
Yeah,
5 feet of
it's
me.
not near you.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just like,
All right, yeah. All right, never
Nope.
mind. It's Kelvin. All right. Got a little bad resolution here. Never mind. Sorry to interrupt.
Keld, you've done your turn. Nyx, you are up. Fen, you're the next player character.
First, I'm going to use my reaction on the rats that are on me for my Halo of Spores. So I need a
Okay.
DC 17 con save.
Good luck, fam. No.
They failed it?
With that plus
Huzzah.
0 to con, 100%.
That's the first time anyone's failed for
Wow.
this guy.
Hey! It was a
Finally.
bunch of rats.
Yeah! We've
bunch of
got
rats.
zombie rats! We've
That's
got
on the
zombie
bingo sheet.
rats!
I wish. It's only 6 necrotic damage, but it's there.
But you did it.
I did it.
How much is it?
6.
Okay.
And then
They look rough.
oh,
I mean, none of the clusters of rats look good.
if they look rough,
Mm-hmm.
I will use cantrip chill touch on them in front of me.
Okay.
I get to roll the hit for once too. This is a day.
What a day.
Oh.
A day of firsts.
It's a 19 on the dice, so I'm
Oh, what a day.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
What a lovely day!
So it's 3d8. Oh my god, 16.
You can stop counting.
That's 18.
This spectral hand just kind of extends from your arms and reaches down and begins to just it almost like pulls the ghosts of these rats upwards and then drops it, and the rats fall in unison as their spirits sort of just drop back into them. They're done.
Jesus, brutal.
And then, bonus action. Can I get close enough to be within 60 feet of Corrine to give her a little healing word?
I would think so. I would think that's probably pretty doable.
I have 30 feet to move,
So Nyx is going to run forward 30 feet.
Yeah.
Or at least to there. And go ahead and throw some healing around.
Yeah. I'll give her a third level. Why not?
What?
She looks not happy with her life.
I mean,
At least she was wearing the red dress.
so they don't see her bleed.
Exactly. It was a tactical decision.
She gets 16 back.
Ooh.
And now I'm
Look pretty good.
That's why I wear
Okay.
brown pants.
It's now the rat's turn. Nathan, the one next to Nana, I believe, is gone. They're there in spirit. But the one in front of this boar, ooh, it's thinking about its life. One more time. I need a wisdom saving throw from the boar.
The rats want the boar to
13.
flee. Oh no.
He's fine. He's
Got a
fine.
-1.
He's fine.
Oh, sad.
The rats say, and they are going to begin scampering back onto the water. So the rats
Oh, no.
scamper away. They
Do they
scamper on
pass
top of
in
the.
front of me, close enough for me to get him?
No, not in
No.
front of you. But the boar, the boar can take an attack of opportunity if it wants to.
He should.
Board's gonna miss with the lack of opportunity, but
What?
oh,
Didn't hit.
It's a 2 on the dice, so I don't imagine this boar has enough to. No,
Probably not. Hey,
nope.
that's the rat's turn. Fen, you are up.
All right, Fen would like to use his 35 feet of movement to get to Corain,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would like to use his action to take a rope off of his pack and cast rope trick,
Okay.
and is hopefully bonus action, interaction, whatever it takes to help give her a boost and go, come on, just stay up there, it'll be fine, and just kind of give her
Safer
a
than
boost
down
up
here.
the rope. Hopefully she can climb.
Okay. So on her turn, she will hopefully climb.
Yeah, and
The rope
Fen
is in
will-
her hand, and you're prepared to be like, "Here's my knee, climb."
and like a gentleman, Fen will avert his eyes as she climbs above him in a dress.
Eyes on the monster. Eyes on the monster.
Yes.
Um.
The monster here.
All right. Is there anything else, Fen?
That is all that Fen can do at the moment.
Is this boar going for blood? It watches the rats begin to flee. What does it want?
Oh, the boar. The boar is gonna chase down the rats as it flee.
Bulldozes into the pond.
Yeah, and he gets a natural 1 while he does it. So
Oh,
Splashes
buddy.
into the water and is now just like a squealing boar in the pond along with the rats.
Oh, no.
That's his vibe.
Oh, Rufio.
Nana, it's your turn.
I'm gonna help Rufio. Everybody else is over by the giant rock thing. And you don't want to leave any rats behind because they'll just form another
into the
swarm.
water. Come here, you bitch.
It's so
Nana,
cold.
you step into the water.
Debating. Fuck
Choice,
it.
please.
Hunter's mark, bonus action, hunter's mark, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna hit these things because I feel like if they're in the water, then Searing Strike isn't gonna be as effective.
They are damp. They're pretty damp at this time.
That's what I figured. Yeah. 23 to hit. And
That hits.
with Hunter's Mark and Slayer's
Hey.
Prey, it's gonna be 11 points of slashing damage on the rats.
Okay. And your second attack?
Yep, second attack as well.
They're still in play.
That's 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Yes. Okay. It's gonna be 12 more points of slashing damage.
And you can see out of the corner of your eye, Nana is just hitting her sword into the water. And it's just like these floating bodies of rats slowly starting to spread out on the surface.
We do not need them going for friends!
They seem to, from the best of your visual, it's hard to tell because they're all floating around. So you're like, they may all be dead. You just need a second to visualize, but it doesn't look good for them. That is your turn, Nana. It is Corrine's turn, who looks up at this rope in a bit of astonishment at just this rope and trusts you. And she looks to you and sort of like grabs at the rope and like kind of pushes up off of your shoulder to lift herself up, and her hand grazes past your head and then pushes on your head so that you can push yourself upwards. And there's a heel, like the top of the toe of her shoe is like on your shoulder, and she like
God.
She hasn't kicked her heels off yet.
Nope, they've been on the whole time.
Oh God!
You don't
Bad.
understand! When
She
you
would
leave
never
the house,
take them off.
the
She'd
heels
rather
are
die.
married to you!
She's fleeing
Rather
on
die.
cobblestones. in
She'd
heels.
rather die in this
Snowy
courtyard.
cobbles.
But you guys watch Corrine climb this rope and disappear from view.
Good. Good.
That is Corrine's turn. Rock time. Fen climbed in front of his face, so he's going to attack Fen.
Hit me, you bitch!
Do it. You won't. You can't. It won't. It can't.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me!
Okay, 1 out of 4 of the attacks hits. Dungeons and Dragons, a game of chance.
Yep.
Fen, you're gonna take 6 points of slashing damage as you're just yelling "hit me" at this thing, and it can't, and is able to get like 1 on you, like raking across the thigh. To which you yell "hit me," and then watch a burst of rock explode from behind you
Oh God.
All right,
as the other one comes back.
But that one's turn is over, though, right?
They are on the same turn,
Yeah,
but
it
I
ended
will
me,
allow you
ended
to
its-
do what you're
Okay.
doing.
I'm gonna disengage and use 15 feet of movement to move back the way I came. Really, honestly.
Past Keld.
All right, can you
Well,
move my
bye.
guy over there to where Fen is?
Okay.
Thank you. It bursts out of the ground after the end of his friend's turn, listening to the sound of heavy footsteps, and is now going to try its luck. I can't be here, guys. The amount of ones I have rolled in this combat. I get 2 nat 20s, and the universe says, "Bitch, that's too many. Here's 10 nat 1s."
Now you know how I feel.
None of them hit. It's going back underground.
Oh no, it's a shame.
It didn't have to move as far. It's going down. It's fine. You guys are like, oh, these guys fucking suck. They only seem to be able to not even be able to hit women in heels that have no combat experience.
I mean, they're very big.
Keld, you are up.
I can still see this guy.
Yeah, I didn't make him flee. Interesting choice. He's ready to party.
He's ready to get hit.
He hasn't talked any yet, but I feel like he's vibing like shit. So he's gonna get hit.
We said doesn't hit.
18 does not hit.
Damn.
5 would hit.
Most certainly.
Hell yeah! That's our
We'd be in
power.
so much trouble if a 25 didn't hit.
Oh my god, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if you would be, guys, because.
Okay, so we got 10 normal damage with me sword.
Okay.
Got 11 radiant.
Okay. This guy looks rough. You can see that like one of the arms fully just boom like hits against the ground solid.
Ooh.
It still has plenty of other arms, but one of the arms is just no longer attached.
One
Hell
of 'em.
yeah!
Anything else, Keld? Okay, you stand your ground. Nyx, you are up.
Casting blight on this guy that we can see.
Okay. Ooh, what you say?
That you only meant
We can't do more than that. We can't do more than that.
Alright. I mean,
We cannot.
hmm,
I have 0
Right.
strikes. I want none. I want to keep it as none.
understood.
A nun?
How? Where?
Nonsense. It's the perfect show.
I'm rolling con. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
18?
Does not pass.
It does not.
10, 39 necrotic damage.
And this
Ooh.
thing you watch as like any idea of sinew in this body, and you can't see any. It's but like every crevice where a joint would be fills with this green and black energy that moves across every crevice. And there's a loud snapping sound as just the whole thing collapses in
Huh.
on itself and falls. That guy is no more.
Wow.
Oh, yeah! Now we have to wait for the
Wow.
other one.
Anything else, Nyx?
Nah, just gonna look around, trying to see where the other one went.
Yeah. Hello?
Nana
Nyx,
flailing
that's
in
your
the
turn.
pond.
This is where the rats would go if I had any.
If I had any!
Fen, it is your turn.
Fenn's gonna go ahead and ready in action. When the thing pops back out of the ground, he's gonna take some shots at it.
Very nice. Is the boar doing anything? Vibing?
Fenn's gonna dismiss the boar. Rufio has done his part for the time being.
All right.
I don't want him to die brutally again twice in 24 hours.
All right. Nana, it's your turn.
Right. Assuming the rats have been summarily defeated in the pond, I'm going to leave the pond and try and not gonna regroup up with absolutely everybody else, because these have already proven to be like sharks. They'll come up from underneath us. I'm going to get a little bit of distance, I think maybe 15 feet away from Nyx, and
Okay.
try to... I don't think I have anything to find this guy, but I'm going to hold an action. When this thing pops up, I would like to use, I'd like to use my hunter's sense so I can tell if it has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities.
Okay, so you're holding on to a hunter's sense. Do you have to
I
hit
am.
something before you use that?
Nope. It is just as an
Cool.
action. I can choose a creature I can see within 60 feet. So
There you
I'm
go.
holding my
You
action until
narrow
I can
your
see
eyes
it.
and you wait. Corine's not visible. Situation unclear.
She's
Um,
probably fine. I don't think these things can burrow into demiplanes.
You never know. And then out of the ground it comes.
God.
Basically in a like right in front of Fen and Nyx. Just right in front of both of them. Fen, you can take your attacks, but it is right in front of you, so disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay. One of them is a be a 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
And the other one's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And it's within 5 feet of Nyx as well, right?
It is.
Cool. I like that. Uh, 27 points of damage with that shot.
2, 13. 3 minus 13. Okay. All right. One of the arrows just explodes against its body, and then one of them gets into one of those kind of like plates along its spine. Nana,
Yeah.
it's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Great. So all the things
Magic
I normally do.
mean nothing. It immune to, or not immune. That'd suck. It is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Okay.
So magic does not matter in that case. Even if it's a magical weapon, it still is not taking the brunt.
I got it. Okay.
Not this time. Most of the time,
All
but
right.
not this time.
The normal weapons aren't gonna do much here.
But if we all bonk it together like a team,
I suppose it'll work eventually.
It's popping up, and Fen hit it with an arrow in the face. It's gonna try to bite.
Do it.
Guys, don't yell at my dice. It scares them. Guys, please. Does a 16 hit?
It will hit. Yeah, I have not taken my new armor yet, so 16 will hit.
Oh,
How
buddy.
exciting for me on this day. How exciting for me.
Is this the bite attack?
Uh-huh.
I cast shield.
It doesn't hit. You used your reaction to attack. You already used your reaction.
Oh, you're right. I did. Cool. The ring is still up then.
Yeah, you still have the ring. I forgot what I just rolled for damage, so I'm just gonna do it again. I already forgot. You're gonna take 15 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
And it's gonna take. I'm just gonna take all 3 of its attacks against you.
Good.
Plus. That one's gonna hit. That one is not gonna hit. And that one's gonna hit. So 2 hits. Looky there. All right.
This rock pangolin living his best life.
And you take 17 more points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
As this thing begins to just claw and tear at you. And then it's you are not within range. See, that's Fen. You're
Oh, I'm over there. I see.
We look so similar.
We all look
You
the
guys
same.
need to wear different colors at least.
Yeah.
Why are we all wearing brown and green, Jillian?
Gosh.
Change your
Maybe it's
clothes,
because
guys.
The only one I could see is Nyx and Corrine.
I forgot everything shifted.
It's gonna burrow. It's gonna burrow again.
Oh,
Nyx,
God.
you
Oh,
can
yeah.
take an opportunity
My
attack.
first time getting to use Warcaster, guys.
Oh,
There you
Do
go.
I also get an opportunity attack?
Yeah. We'll be using Blight at 5th level.
I'm gonna say no. And you already used your reaction to do the hunter sense thing.
Got it.
So I need that con save.
Of course.
That's scary dice.
Nope. It's a high number, but it doesn't succeed.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what success means. These creatures have never known success.
oh no.
Oh,
I
sad.
That
don't feel bad
explains
for him.
why.
There's
Yeah,
a
a little
tear
bit.
in its stony eye as it
Oh,
tries to
no.
burrow away.
20,
Sad.
36 necrotic damage.
Okay.
The hovering Kareen is a little
Ooh. I'm a ghost.
Ooh.
You watch this thing leave behind bits of fallen stone as it continues to try and burrow and disappears, but it looks hurt. There we go. That is its turn. Keld, you are up. Nyx, you're on deck. What are we doing?
seeing it.
Nope. Ooh, well.
Case, I'm going to think hold an action.
Okay, you have your weapon at the ready. Nyx.
Similar. We'll just wait for it to pop up and ready to use Blight again, but at 6th level.
Okay.
God. Better pop up.
Jesus Christ. Don't pop up, man. Don't pop up. Fed, what are you doing?
Come back, we just want to talk.
Ben's gonna climb the rope up to the rope trick.
Is rope trick concentration?
No, it is not.
Okay.
You got mad about this before. It's not.
I was about to say that'd be awesome if it was, and then Corinne just eats shit. But I understand.
Jesus.
I'll ask every time it shows up.
Fenn's gonna check to see how Corinne's doing, and and regardless, he's gonna cast a cure wounds on her.
Okay. Go ahead and cast Cure Wounds as you climb. And are you fully going into the space, or are you staying?
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah. I don't think I can
Okay.
cast the spell through without going into the space.
You like
so I'll
pop
just-
your head. You just got little legs dangling out. So yeah, you go inside. She seems to be trying to like control her breathing, and you can see there's still blood on her legs, but the wounds seem to be kind of trying to knit back together.
Yeah. So
A little
16
scared.
points. 16 points of healing to her.
And you watch more wounds continue to close. Are you staying in there with her?
I'm gonna. Are you all right? I think my friends need me out there.
You do what you need to.
I'll be right back. And I don't know. Is it how much points is it? How many movement points is it to drop out of a rope trick?
How high up did you put it?
Probably like 15, 20 feet, like high enough to like make her
So,
feel safe, but also
once
like-
you land, you're gonna have 5 feet of movement left.
okay. Fen will drop out of the movement, out of the rope trick, and he's there with his friends. He doesn't have a action ready or anything because he used it, but
Yeah.
he's there.
Okay.
He looks like shit, by the way.
Oh, buddy.
Nana, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. Do we have any idea how this thing is targeting? Is it sound? Is it drawn to something? Can we tell?
That's you are unsure and you can't hear it at all. It makes no rumble under the dirt until it bursts out. It is quiet.
Shit. Okay. All right. Um. Can Nana look around the ground for like traces of? She wouldn't know to look for pearls, but can she
No.
look around for like traces of like the monster's movement, things that indicate like something, some kind of pattern in how it's coming up out of the ground?
You can use your action to do that.
I think I will do that because, frankly, I don't have magic enough to really be of much use in readying
Give
an
me
attack.
a survival check.
Okay. Hot damn, baby! Wow. Okay. That's a 19 on the dice plus 6. That is 25.
Um, a lot of burrowing creatures you can assume are attracted to sound. A lot of them can feel vibrations in the dirt. That was at least your experience with the big worm.
Right.
So you can be like, oh, maybe he has that too. So he might have a tremor sense. Um, but you know that it was also just aggressively pursuing Corrine. So
Yeah.
something about Corrine definitely got its attention. You just aren't positive what, and you don't have her to look at.
Yeah.
You would assume that it is attracted to sound, or in the case of Corrine, maybe easy to acquire targets. These are your best
Hmm.
guesses.
All right. In that case, I'm going to move as loudly and aggressively as I can, kind of up the path we came from where Kareen had been hiding. Try and maybe see if, like, drawing it over to a certain place may get it to, like, attack somebody who's away from the group so we can predict where it's going to be.
Sure. It bursts out and attacks you.
Cool! Better than
Nowhere
Fen.
near anyone else besides Nyx. Nyx, you're able to throw around whatever you want to throw around.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot spell.
Mm.
It's-
Cool.
I'll start doing math.
Start
Begin
now.
the math.
The mathening.
Guys, I don't think I've ever seen this many nat ones in a dice tray in my
What
life.
the hell?
The amount
Interesting.
of ones that I am looking at with my eyes, it's the universe being like, "Hey, this is rude," and you know what? I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I'll do it tomorrow.
Hmm,
You'll never take me alive.
that's fair.
I feel like you. Please stop. He's already dead.
But and if he didn't pass, it's great. It's 59 necrotic
Shit,
damage.
wow.
Holy shit!
Hey,
Hell yeah.
Nyx, how do you want to do this?
She's just been blasting this same spell left and right constantly.
Mhm.
This whole battle just sees this thing pop up again, and all of that energy just swarms onto it, and it just crumbles to dust instantly.
Uh, Nana, it's like standing in a sandstorm as bits of rock just sort of fly in your direction, and you have to just guard your face.
No.
And the
Whew.
courtyard grows quiet as you look around to see if there are any more assailants, anything else bursting forth from the ground. The only thing that catches your eye is Corrine, who like pokes her head out from an extra dimensional space and climbs down the ladder and sort of stumbles on heels. Fen, she moves over to you, wraps her arms around your neck, and she kisses you.
Nice. Whew.
Oh, you're muted. He's
Oh no.
speechless. Well, with that, as you all stand in the courtyard, Corrine kisses Fen. Too shocked.
Bad.
Hello? Hello?
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
Yeah,
There
you're
we go.
back.
Sorry. Fen will make his best attempt to kiss her back.
Okay.
Doesn't have a ton of experience in this venue, but he will.
There's
He
a lot
will.
of passion in this moment, I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Relief.
But also, like it's tentative. Like he wants to make sure she's
Mhm.
like safe and healthy and like not
Mhm.
gonna die right now. So like he's kissing, but also like side eyeing. Like, are
You
there
got wounds? Are
lacerations?
you good? Or do you need another healing spell?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I offer you a
And
good berry in this trying time?
it's just like a almost sort of stumbled into you kiss. And it is not a long kiss, but she kind of pulls back and looks at you and then looks around at the courtyard. This is going to be a mess. And with that, that is where we are going to stop for today. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We love telling you guys a story. Um, what fun. Um, what joy. I can only assume that the party is just around the corner. And I know what I said. I know what I said, and everybody remembers what I said. Enjoy. Everyone levels up. Um, you all level up before the party. Prepare as you will. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. We love telling you a story here at the Dice Cult. If you head over to youtube.com/the Dice Cult, you can watch all past episodes of On the Backs of Gods, one shots, other D&D games, Vampire the Masquerade, whatever you're vibing. If you'd like to keep up with us, we are at Backs of Gods on Instagram and Twitter. If you'd like to keep up with all of us, we are at the Dice Cult on Instagram and Twitter. Once again, thank you for being here. We appreciate it and love telling you a story. Link for Katie's dice will be in the thing, and I'm not touching mine right now. Guys, they
They
rolled a
know
lot of
what to do.
Betrayed.
20s, but I was
Yeah.
betrayed in a foul way today. And I feel like it was planned. But
I
thank you
stole your
again.
20s.
We'll be here same time, same place, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.
Love you all. Take care.